Hi, welcome back to the channel. Shop Titans. Alright, the next basement expansion will cost 250 million. Alright, that's a lot. I've completed a 100 million basement expansion and also managed to research on the new blueprint. So first up is a new blueprint. Alright, so this is the new one. Really happy that we're continuously working on those mastering of blueprints. And then this interesting item, you got to craft 4 rings before you can start crafting it. It's a sub-component. So now I know why that ring actually costs quite a fair bit in the markets. So because I think a lot of things sometimes you gotta aware that they are sub-components of that main items. That's why sometimes you find it is strange how come simple things like that would cost so much. So because now we know along the way we explore the game, then we realize that actually all the sub-components are really precious, whereas those that are not sub-components, the prices would definitely be not comparable. So as I'm into shop expansion as well as basement expansion for the last few episodes, I will carry on with that to just show you the so-called the final expansion that I'm embarking and completed, which is the 100 million basement expansion. And if you watch my last few episodes, I've already expanded the shop by one more real estate slot plot of land, which is causing me like 4,000 gems, and then I'm working on the next plot of land, the final plot, which is 5,000 gems from scratch. So far I've saved about 419. Still got 4,000 plus to go, a long way definitely. Looking forward to the events to collect those 100, 200 gems per event, and I'm looking to so-called do the gem conversion using slimy chest once I've saved enough. But saving enough money is very difficult because continuously you're spending money for your investments in your town as required by your guild boss. Likewise, you're required to replace broken items for your heroes when it goes for Tower Titans or the Lost City of Gold. So you also require money to buy raw materials. Like for me, I'm not a paying customer, so I gotta buy T9 and T7, even T4 runestones from the market as raw material before I can generate my own. Definitely, if we do not craft those elements and spirits, we need not do that. We can continue to craft the weapons, which is what I've been trying to do for the past few episodes as a mixture. I realized T9s are getting expensive, no longer 400 plus thousand. Sometimes it hits like 600 plus, which is quite expensive, and the profit margin get that narrows down. But of course, once you hit a T9 legendary or epic, you know you're hitting a jackpot pool of gems, so that's a different story altogether. So sometimes it's worth that investment. It's definitely not to create plain ones and get back the profit margin, so it's not a comparison. I used to compare that for T7 versus T9, the profit margin T7 is much higher because I'm just thinking about getting those white ones, or because of the T7 I fully ascended most of them. Getting twins or whatnot is easier, but that is not a fair comparison. T9, once you hit a high quality, is no way you can compare to the amount of gems you can generate. So it's totally different ball game altogether. Alright, so back to the shop expansion and the basement expansion. I've completed that basement expansion, and now I'm bringing all the big beans down to the basement, and you can see a lot of space are now being created. I left a few more of this smaller resource beans just in the level 1 itself. Of course, I did mention the easy way out is basically remove them totally and replace them with racks. That's about it. Yes, that's a possibility, but you'll lose that flexibility in terms of crafting continuously for a period of time with the large resource beans that you have. So it's definitely a fine balance. I always emphasize the fine balance between the 3 areas. Resource beans, those trunks that are moving right now, which is for inventory, and as well as those racks that grants you the energy bar limit. For me, it's 1439. then so you got to bear in mind what is your playing pattern, and you got to adjust it accordingly. So now with the shop expansion, in terms of the basement, we have shifted 4 resource bin, huge ones, down to level 1. I can now play around with the design since that we got now a new space altogether. So this new space create a lot of flexibility in your own creative shop design. So previously, I did mention that I do wish to create like a boutique style rather than a fast food closed concept. So I compared the fast food as a closed concept. Some people may wish to choose that way because that's the fastest flow of customers in and out, because they're restricted to just that few square foot of area to walk around. So it's a closed concept. They can't walk the whole shop. Whereas the open concept is towards a luxurious boutique design. You wish people to come in with a feel and the prestige of your shop, etc. But of course, I'm just coming from a perspective as a normal human being customer. Okay, so there are also shops whereby all packed with racks and make it assume like it is a supermarket kind of design. But for me, I'm trying to design as if it's compartmentalized, a hybrid between a supermarket whereby you have different sections or departments selling different stuff, weapons at one end, and then armor at the other end, etc. And at the same time, trying to create the boutique feel whereby you have sitting area, things you can admire along the way, tired of shopping, can sit it down, etc. So it's a bit of imaginary rather than the actual gameplay requirement. But nonetheless, I think the whole feel that you look at the shop gives you a different perspective. This is part and parcel of the whole gameplay. And playing Shop Titans for really some time, sometimes you gotta find ways to generate those kind of energy to play it in a fun and exciting manner. If you just come from the angle of making money, and that's possible as well because Shop Titans allow you to do so, or you can come from an angle of creating very strong heroes, that's also possible. The other angle where I'm trying to venture into right now is shop design. You can see trying to make the shop looks a bit like a boutique style, elegant, relaxing area, something to admire, good lobby space, a very open, spacious counter area whereby you have a huge crowd there. Of course, I do hope that they can queue orderly along my red carpet, but I think that's not during the medieval time. People like to crowd around as if like schoolboys going to the school bookshops, all crowding around, right? So it's unlike the orderly queue you see in the McDonald's. So it's a bit different. So but nonetheless, it doesn't matter. In certain games, like probably other tycoon games you play, the customers will be queuing in orderly lines. This is crowding around the counter waiting for payment. It's a totally different perspective, but it's just cute, right? So something I'm also working on besides mastering blueprints and building elements and spirits and sending them to the max of 3 stars, I'm also working on leveling up along the way. I mean, this is not on purpose, but I think inevitably once you sell those expensive stuff to create energy in the shops, you will also benefit from your progress in the bar and leveling up. So now I'm really towards 60 very soon, probably the next episode or the following. Just a couple millions more. Of course, sometimes I do bear in mind to save those expensive items for the market, but I do need sometimes to generate quick energy to fulfill some bounty quests or some of my wish draft things that I need to create fast and sell. So that's why it created that fast increment in terms of the progress of 59. It's all because of the sacrifices they're going to make by selling the expensive items in the shop, but they benefited from there. Okay, no really purpose, doesn't mean that 60 is the next milestone for anything, but I'll find out soon. Unlikely to be the case, but if you have exceeded 60, probably you can share me what is there for me. Alright, thank you for watching. I do hope that you like this video. Share me your thoughts. I'm looking forward to learn from you. Goodbye. Good luck.